Any questions, please?
Any one of you, either to ask questions or you want to address, you are welcomed.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. My name is Mukim Ahmed, Faculty of Law. I'm pursuing LLM first year, Aligarh Muslim University. Sir, I don't feel that there is lacking infrastructure in Science Institute, but there is lacking of infrastructure in legal field and legal educational institutions in India. What the government is doing, and is there any initiative by the government for promoting higher education in legal fields?
I think Mr. Gupta can answer this question in better way.
Your question is very valid, and I have, as explained in my discussion paper, that the government is lacking in terms of spending for promoting higher education, and that is the reason we are seeing a lot of private institution initiative coming up. And private institutions are actually throwing exciting opportunity to the students, and I would advise the students or prospective students that they should look beyond. It is a little bit expensive to study in the private institution, but at least the quality is available and the availability of education itself is there. And we are all concerned about not being enough spent by the government, but then we should not be looking forward to the government only every time, because the government can only spend from the taxes, etc., that they are collecting from all the citizens of the country. So indirectly, in fact, it is coming on to the individual's pocket. Only thing is that the private institution should provide subsidized education to the needy students, and they should come forward and develop some kind of mechanism to provide education to those needy who are otherwise bright but cannot afford those kind of education.
One more question to Sarah ma'am. Sarah ma'am. Yeah, excuse me, ma'am. We don't lacking programs and planning in India, but we are just lacking execution on part of the government. Do you know about what are the lacking in Indian system, and what are the beneficial point in England? We have a lot of planning and developments, but there is lacking in execution of planning in India. We have like right to education. We made already. We already made it a fundamental right, and we added into Article 21A. But we are still lacking that children are away from the school. But what are the remedy for this?
So it's a question of actually putting it into practice what's already been legislated for? Is that the question that you're saying?
What is the difference between the position in England and in respect of Indian situation?
Right. We have frequent Ofsted inspections. So these are quite stringent 2-day inspections of the school as a whole to make sure that what has been requested is actually being put into practice. I don't know if you have such a system over here, but these, the school is then graded, and again the information is made public. So, and if the school has come out of this quite poorly, they are given a couple of years to improve standards, and then they are revisited. So we do have quite a stringent review that all the new initiatives are actually being put into practice. Does that answer your question a little?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any more question by anybody?
With the permission of the chair, if I can add, my brother asked us is there any qualitative improvement in legal education? So I may also add that Bar Council of India has made new rules wherein quality of legal education has been prescribed step by step. What kind of minimum, that is the minimum standard which the Bar Council has laid down for giving permission for any college which starts a LLB course. There should be a library with minimum 50,000 books, and every year you have to buy at least 50,000 books. So that was not there prior to 2001. After, in fact, what has happened prior to 1998, legal education was at a very weak footing in India. But after 1998, there has been a revolution in legal education. In fact, I believe after 5 to 10 years, Indian legal education probably will be one of the best in the world.
In this slide, I would like to add that there has been slight improvement since 1998, but there are many things to need more improvement, and there is a constant conflict between what the directions and instructions are issued by Bar Council of India and what the state government says, and ultimately is leading to number of litigation in the High Court. So what I want to say is that Bar Council has taken a initiative, but still Bar Council, with the experience and the whatever the lacunas are there in the implementation of those rules, needs to be looked into, and moreover the practical side of it. And I am saying this with my little experience as two-term bar counselor. There is nowadays constant conflict between these, and more particularly in the private institution for legal education.
Absolutely right.
Yes, and you know, these private institutions are creating many other problems also. So definitely it is good that the Bar Council has taken a step, but then they should again review the entire thing, add, modify, alter whatever is necessary.
Yes, sir. Frequent inspection and it's required. That's right.
Excuse me. Recently, Bar Council of India in Delhi, they have also put the age bar, 45 years age. Above 45 years age, advocate will not be enrolled. This is also not fair, in my, as per my understanding. As per my understanding, 45 years, should not be a bar for an advocate, by the way. It has been struck down by the Supreme Court twice earlier. It has been twice earlier. It was struck down by the Supreme Court of India, and recently also it was struck down by the Delhi High Court also.
No, so this resolution has been withdrawn.
It has been
by
this
withdrawn. They have made a statement in the High Court.
This type of hindrances are not fair. But this type of stipulations as to the age should not be, it's litigation.
No, there is no age bar. And this they have made a statement in the High Court.
It is very good, na? It's no very good. But they should not, create. They should not create. They should think before creation.
That is again a moot question. You say it should not be there. The other side says it should be there. And there are so many things in support of their argument where they say why it should be having a restriction. I would not like to go into the details. Because now
sir, it is not affecting myself, by the way.
Please.
At the outset, I want to say it is not affecting myself.
We are not discussing any
At the outset, I want to state like that. But it is not fair when it is not in the field of medicine. Age bar is not. Then what is the use of higher education? Then what is the use of taking higher education if a person is not allowed to practice after 45 years of age? We are speaking here higher education. Higher education means a person will acquire the higher education if he or she will do profession or study after getting that higher education. So this type of stipulations as to age, it's not fair.
I would only say this because I would only say this that because I have come on now towards this side, so I will not like to go into details. If you want, you can discuss with me outside. Because there are so many things.
This type of stipulations and conditions after acquiring higher education, so they put.
There is so many arguments in favor of it.
Yes, it is both ways also.
So many villagers are deprived by this aged person who have just obtained the degree.
For a parliamentarian, there is no age. For a parliamentarian, there is no age.
In different jobs, different government branches, they are coming to the low field and depriving the poor citizens.
You are absolutely right. That is why I told my friend on this side.
So many grounds are there.
That's why I told my friend on this side that there are so many things. It is still a debatable question. And with my little experience of more than 28 years at bar, and that also exclusively in the High Court, I know there are so many things. And you are aware after in that case where the Honorable Supreme Court had struck down, even thereafter there were some state bar councils who had still passed a resolution. I think you will agree with me.
No, it is agreeable.
Yes, there are still some state bar councils who passed the resolution and they started implementing. No, there should be a restriction. Now it is rather a very big debate which is required to be, discussed and to be deliberated upon. But anyhow, there, as we are going back to what we had started with, in the education of legal profession, certain restrictions were required, they have been imposed. I remember as a bar counselor few years back, when I was given the responsibility of inspecting a college, not only private college, I'll just give you one example, which is very shocking in my mind. I'd like to share with you. Many of you must be knowing that these mismanagements and this so and things in education particularly are going on in private institutions. But I give you an example of government institution. We have a government college of law in Rajasthan. As you all know, nowadays we have how many? 9 subjects in each year? Yeah. 9. Now that brings us to 27 in all the 3 years. When I was asked and given, in fact a resolution was passed by the entire Bar Council and I was asked to inspect that college. I hope you will believe me, when I went there, there was only one teacher. I said, who are the other teachers teaching this in this law college? Only one Sardar Sahab was there. I hope no one is here. And he said, sir, I am teaching law. I said, who else? He said, oh, it is only me. I said, I just could not, believe it. For a moment I was little, not a shock, but it was some sort of vacuum type, Then I again said, okay, you are teaching first year or second year all subject or third year? He said, sir, I am teaching all subject in all years. Then I told him, gentlemen, that means should I take it that you are teaching 27 subjects? He said, yes, sir. I said, some, in whatever these we have these, these institutions we keep records, world records and all that type of institutions. I said you should be recommended for that. Now just see the functional point of view or a practical point of view. A single lecture, government lecture, teaching 29 subjects in all the 3 years.
He should have been receiving one of those awards today.
I'm sharing this view informally, and what hurt me most was, and then I went to the class also. What hurt me most was, as you all know, and the experts and they are here, in law colleges, government law colleges, admissions are given on the basis of merit. Resultantly, a boy who takes admission in law college, I think you will appreciate my point. A boy taking admission in government law college, definitely he is a boy who has secured one of the highest marks. Right? Now that boy, as well as his parents, have much expectations from him because he has secured good marks. Even in that very college, I found boys securing first division who has sought admission in LLB class. Now just see, what I want to say is, a boy who has secured higher marks, they take admission in government law college, and ultimately we can just imagine what will be what will they be getting when they complete 3 years of LLB. They'll be totally reversed downside. Just see, and what will happen to the family and the parents? Parents will be thinking, he is a boy who has graduated, my son has graduated in first division, he has got admission government college, other students have not got and they have to join some private law college. So their degree of expectation is much high, the parents, poor parents. And ultimately when they see the boy completing 3 years, where would that boy land up to? Now, this is very sorry state of affairs. Anyhow, any other question?
We are also
yeah.
So many private colleges are there. The number of teachers are very less. Besides that,